what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Hello and welcome in to the Wednesday edition of your show. Look at that brand new banner, baby. Check it out.
Oh, Maggie
Okay,
Cam.
Bloomer.
Maggie Cam. Oh, nice.
That's amazing.
Look at Maggie Cam.
Very well done. Oh, yeah, she's loving it. And now she's going down. Hey, I'm Gary. I'm the host of this crazy little live show we do each and every weekday, 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, in case you're like me and sometimes get confused with weekdays. Originating in Saskatoon, we're the only ones doing it. So incredibly proud and honored and just all the good words about all this stuff as we just went over episode 300, and we continue moving forward with this amazing little journey of ours. And we also have a camera. I like to say this is the main reason why everyone's here, and this is a good one today. We also have the hottest camera in the history of the internet. Come at me, bro. I know there's a lot out there, but tell me if anything beats this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Maggie Cam. Look at that. Oh, I'm going to get her a little bit more. There. Fresh off her walk with Summer. She went for a nice little jog, if you will, and now she's tuckered out, so that tongue's going to be out for a while. The Maggie Cam, as always, proudly brought to you by our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. When you walk in those doors, you have the best day of your life. Literally, it just happens, all right? They got a green dog named Leroy. Yeah, Leroy and Marge, they met through the puppy greeting community. And Leroy's got a bed right beside the door, walks up to the till. Rochelle or Mike is then there to take you the rest of the way and guide you through your shopping experience. And I'm talking everything. They got toys. They got walls of toys, right? Small, big, super durable, everything in between. Whatever you need toy-wise, they have you covered. Then they have a wall full of all the utensils you need. And I guess utensils is probably not the right word, but I'm talking about the buckle-up collars, the matching leashes, all of that stuff. Those little pegs you stick into the ground to make sure your puppy doesn't run away. Yeah, they got those too. So much there for you. They got treats galore. Every Tuesday is Treat Tuesday, and you're looking at buckets full everywhere you go in that store. Buckets full of treats. Those are Marge's favorite things. She loves the treats over there. All right? And then maybe you're looking to get your dog into the all the rage right now, the raw food diet. They got fridges in the back full of the raw food for you to make that switch over with your animal. They have the best cleaning station on planet Earth right beside those fridges. You walk in, you pick up your pup, throw him into the basin, put a little harness on, and then you're soaping, you're washing, you're drying, and everything in between. Oh, she heard that. She wants to go for a little spa day now. As well, if they don't have what you're looking for, I promise you, they will get it for you. They will specifically go out and order for you because those are the type of people they are. They are also open after hours and on weekends, thanks to Kirsten and Chris. The best pet store experience is waiting for you, all right? I promise you, great people doing great things. That's who we associate with here, and they are a perfect example of that. Over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Well done, Marge. Oh, then she runs back in just in time. Hold on, go back real quick. Real quick. There, yeah. Okay.
Nothing but
that's
fur.
fair. Still really cute. All right. Thank you very much, Phenom. Say hello, by the way. Phenom on the ones and twos. Spinning it up. Look at him go. Fresh off one hell of an appearance last night. Had one hell of a finale. And we're going to get right into that right now as we're going to introduce you to our guests here every Wednesday. The beauty of this show, this live show that we do Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m., every day it's different hosts and different formats. And it's so cool to be able to cover so many different things. Today we have a little something called the All the Way Around Table. And we're going to introduce you to the first two hosts in studio. One half of the OK Bloomer podcast and the voice of the Saskatoon Berries and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Anderson and Simon Hiatt.
What's up, gang?
It's been a few weeks. I'm happy to be back.
Good to see you.
So happy to have you. So
Team
happy to have
Ramrod.
both of you guys.
Team Ramrod.
Team
There
Ramrod.
it is.
Boom.
That's the beauty of it right there. That's the
That's going back 20 years.
going
that's
back.
the bro-ship that goes down in this place.
Yeah.
And I keep forgetting. I left this vinyl up behind me.
Douglas.
One of my favorite dudes in the world. We'll get into the season finale of Strip Down here in a little bit, but we also have one guy ready to go and another one possibly. We'll see how it goes. The all the way around portion of the all the way around table coming to us from what I can only assume would be the Anti-Fresco in I've butchered. I haven't said it in way too long. In Melbourne, Australia, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to coach number one. Oh, he's driving today.
Whoa.
Back behind the wheel.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Hey.
How you doing,
Agreed,
Coach
huh?
One?
Yep, going pretty good, GM. I'm taking the Shark in for its first service.
Oh.
Sounds
In
like
Australia, I'm assuming that means an actual shark. You're taking your
Yeah.
shark in to be serviced.
I was like, is that an Australian euphemism?
That's a good pickup there, Simon. Obviously, the new truck, the BYD Shark, it's going in, and I'm getting the sports bars put on the back. So I'm pretty excited. It's been 4 months since I've been waiting for these parts to come in. So I'm heading down to the Essendon BYD Service Center. About a 40-minute drive, and it's going to come out looking like a brand new truck.
That's a really long drive for you to go get your shark service, bro.
That's the closest one. This is what it's like living in Melbourne, man. I don't know, like Martinsville's probably closer.
Okay. Well, Martinsville's definitely closer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. Well, you're talking about sharks, and I spent 2 hours at the zoo today, Coach One. Had the most incredible time over at the Forestry Farm Zoo, and we'll get into that a little bit, but I want to start things off tonight as we celebrated the season finale of Stripped Down. Was it season 14 last
Season
night?
14, we wrapped it up last night.
And it was wild. We had a three-piece in there. We had the most live audience we've ever
I
live
didn't
audience.
count. There had to have been 25 people in that studio.
For
That's
sure.
a lot of people.
That's a lot of people in
I've
a
spent
small
a significant
studio.
portion of my life
Yes.
inside
Yeah.
that room, and that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And
Matt
it was-
Remenda Ensemble
Yes.
delivered as always. It was his
Incredible.
trilogy appearance.
Oh.
Yeah, he's been on every version of the show now. He
Cool.
came in solo as episode 30, brought his band when episode, 130, and then came back last night and did it live with a three-piece.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was really good with an audience. So there's no going back. We were going to ease into like, maybe we'll do an all-live audience every second or third episode. It's like, there's no. There's no.
That's the way now.
Musicians are coming out of the woodwork that didn't have time for us before, and are like, "Oh, we like what you're doing now." So yeah,
Funny how that
it's
works.
exciting. That wasn't shade. That was like, hey,
Yeah.
we've made it to where like
People are-
this level of musician is actually like wanting to do our show now. So
Nice.
yeah,
People,
Yeah.
I've had a couple people ask me actually about how the process goes for selecting bands. Can you share a little bit?
you share me. You send me a message, and I'll read it in like 6 months. I
That's what it
finally
is, okay.
checked the actual like stripped down live messages last night, and all these people were like, "Hey, how can we come see Equal?" And I was,
Well, let me
why
tell
didn't
you a
I check
story.
that day when I was
Yeah.
scrambling, trying to get people to come in at the last minute after a whole bunch of people got sick and couldn't make it and went to the hospital having babies and stuff? Like,
Yeah.
A different
Anyway.
kind of sickness.
yes, absolutely. But all in all, to wrap it up, because I know we're on a schedule today and we got to talk sports.
What?
It was amazing.
No, we're not.
It was
We ever had a
amazing.
schedule?
Schedule.
Am I
We
supposed
wrapped
to be
it
getting
up.
agendas emailed to me?
No,
'Cause-
he's
Wrapped
just
it up.
talking smart.
It was an amazing season, and it opened a lot of doors. I mean, I love how it's non-denominational. We had someone from Rock 102 there last
was
night.
awesome,
We had
yeah.
someone from CJWW. We had someone from 96.3 Cruise FM, and everyone's just existing in the crowd.
Bridging those
beautiful.
And someone from
beautiful.
someone from the Dam Network.
I'll tell you, we had
It was just feel good.
we
Everyone was
had
singing
guys.
along.
We infiltrated the control room.
Yeah,
The
that's
damn
right.
family was everywhere yesterday. Yeah, it was
Shout
very
out
cool.
to Adam who
Yeah.
came and did
LB.
audio for us. It just was
Very
incredible.
cool.
And now my mind's like racing because now we come back and we're gonna have I think back-to-back season openers because two people I've been trying to book for like 2 years that keep bailing on me are like, hey, could we do September? And I'm like, yes and yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's gonna happen. We're just gonna do 2 in September, I guess, and then end in May instead
Bring
of
them both
June.
on. Battle of the
But then
Bands.
we got to do something for Halloween.
Oh,
And the wheels
no.
are turning for Christmas. I've got stuck watching Christmas live performances last night. I don't know why. Like after I got home, I'm like, okay, we need
your
to.
particular brand of sickness.
Yeah.
There it is. I want to bring that up there, Coach Number One, because I want to know: do you guys have any sort of local music shows like that in Australia? Is there like local networks or anything?
I think Triple J on the radio is the one that would play all the independent music and all the up and coming.
That'd be like a CFCR type of thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Did you-
yeah.
did you
it's
say
maybe,
Triple
something
K?
like that. Triple J.
Great, Jay.
not
Okay,
Triple
that's
J.
much better.
Way
A
better.
lot better.
Yeah.
So there's no
But
like
hey,
TV.
Can I don't know. I don't really watch TV anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
It's,
A lot of people don't.
Channel 31, actually. There might be. I'll have a look for you. But can I ask Avatar Curtis a question?
Sure.
Stripped Down Live. What was the inspiration? Like, how did you come up with that? Because obviously it's something you persevered with, and now you're seeing the
Great question.
fruits of your labor. People.
The Juno Awards came in 2007, and on the way to the actual awards, we were stopped by TCU Place, and they were doing a songwriter circle in the round where they were taking turns telling stories of their hit songs and then playing acoustic versions of their hit songs. And the lady, I cannot remember her name right now, that sings Complicated. Look it up, Noah. Look it up, Phenom.
Alanis Morissette?
No, it's not Alanis Morissette.
Jan Arden?
Avril Lavigne.
Avril
Avril,
Lavigne.
that's the
No,
one.
no.
Why did you have to go and make things so
No,
complicated, bro?
it's the country
I'm
version.
Oh.
It's like Sarah
Taylor
J.
Swift?
something. Anyway, she told the story of her hit song "Complicated," and I was like, we should do this on a local level, and that was the seed of the idea. And then we started bringing bands into the studio, and it's still going now. Yep. And I actually got to talk
That's
to the
awesome.
lady when she was on the green carpet when the Country Music Awards came to Saskatoon, and she got like a Lifetime Achievement Award. And Taylor Swift was there, actually. I cannot remember her name to save my life. Carolyn Dawn Johnson.
Come
Carolyn
on
Dawn
now.
Johnson
Of course.
sings Complicated.
Azza.
And it was a great
Yeah.
song. And so that's what was the inspiration. That and a little show called Dance Dance 360, actually.
I don't know that one.
You should look that up. That's a good time. That was not, it wasn't on for very long, but my wife and I used to watch it Sunday mornings. They'd have a marathon of it. It was just this ridiculous game show where they would get people from the audience and they would do like dance-offs against each other. But then they'd always go to this like top shot. It was like a curling cam from the roof. And then you would just look down at the logo and they would like do their breakdancing on the logo. And that was the inspiration of the top shot down we had
camera,
for the
yes.
first 7 seasons. Yeah.
See, and not only that coach one, that also answers the question of what got us to start this place. Because Stripped Down was one of the main factors that was running through my head as I was sort of trying to create whatever the hell this was going to be. It's like, I want to do what these guys did back then, because you don't have that local show, that local channel anymore. There's nothing local. And that was like the epitome of local. When these guys were working over there, man, it was the best.
Yeah.
And
And
man.
also to go even further
Here
than
we
that,
go.
I was also trying to think of a show I could host and do in the studio, like Cinema 10, which was Simon's baby when I first started. And I think it had ended. It had definitely ended by then. It
We're
ended
going
when
down the
Jackie left.
line.
But it was definitely like I wanted that energy back because that was like the first show I worked on when I started volunteering. That didn't suck.
Aw.
And I was like, Cinema 10 is awesome. And I wanted to bring in this like fun group of people of camera ops and directors and just have a fun time. And yeah, so Simon inspired me. I inspired Gary. And look at us. We're all here.
This is it.
Who did you inspire,
Look at
Coach
that.
One?
Everybody.
He's always inspiring. You
That's
inspired me to be a good a good role player on the bench, coach. Inspired me to do that.
You keep reminding me of that.
That's right.
I'm starting to feel a little guilty because
No,
now,
no.
no, but my approach is much different now. It's like there shouldn't be a bench player. It's like everybody plays because you don't know who the late bloomer is going to be. Plus, when you're 13 years old, you want to be part of it, I think. But I don't know. Did you want to be playing more?
No, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
You like, why isn't he putting me out there?
No, I had the best time. The best time with me and Chris Dahl, my sweet Boontis, and who was the third guy? Sadownik, I think it was. And the three of
Nate
us, we were like
Sadownik,
we were the go-to bench guys, and we thrived in that role. There was too much pressure. It was such competitive sports at that point, and for us three, it was like, man, we're not used to this. Like, and it made those big moments when I would sock a dinger so much more awesome
That's
because
right.
no one's expecting it. It's just out of nowhere. So
Kirk Gibson
I
style.
loved exactly coming off the bench. Give her one of those.
Yeah.
Let them know.
The
was amazing.
trenches. You're in the trenches. Like Ed Sprague came off in that
Oh.
World Series off
Talking
the
about.
bench. He hit
Love
that
it.
line.
Another Ed
Right?
Sprague
Yeah.
reference. I
There's
love
so
it.
many.
Yes.
We have a question here.
Yeah, I look like a dick now because when I asked who you inspire, I thought that was going to be an opportunity for you to talk about what you do in your inspirational speaking, but you just deadpanned, looked into the camera, and I felt really bad about myself. I wasn't throwing shade. I was like, I pitched it across the plate for you, and you chose not to swing.
He was
it.
thinking curveball, yeah.
No,
You threw him a
so I
fastball.
We
feel
need a
bad
pinch
about
hitter.
that.
We
It
need
really,
a pinch hitter.
it
Gary,
really-
get in there.
It really wasn't me being mean. I was like, this is a perfect opportunity. We're talking about inspiration.
Tell us about that,
Yeah.
Coach One. Tell us about how you inspire people.
How we inspire people? Well, obviously on the desk, there,
Write a
you've got
book.
the book,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you write a book. Thanks, Avatar One. And
There it
we
is,
might
yes.
have I don't know, we might have a new segment today. We've really talked about this a lot, by things you swear by or swear about. The last couple of weeks, I've actually been I've done a couple talks with some different corporates. These were corporates, and also I've got a wool farm. I love these clients. They're absolutely the best. I'm working with a wool farm, so it's made up of sheep farmers, and then the management team. So I've been out on the farm before. They've offered, I think we talked about this before. I'm not
I remember something
animal
about that,
person. Yeah, not going to shear the sheep, but it's all about just doing what we're doing today, is having good conversations, making the time to talk about the things that matter most, so that we're making the world a better place. So it's just
Good
exactly what you're doing, Gary, just in a different way.
Love
Do you
that.
have words of wisdom for O'Neill Cruz or Pete
Ooh.
Crow Armstrong and their inability to pay attention during baseball games?
It's funny. I was just talking to last. So we have, the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
So we just had here in Melbourne last week the qualifying game. So it was the A championship side game. The winner of the under 14s would go to the U.S. And I was watching one of the teams, and their coach didn't sit with the players. He was on the dugout, but he sat on the very far end, and he just let the players all sit together. And I caught up with him last night. I was like, why do you do that? He's like, because the players don't need me talking to them all the time. And he goes, if I need to talk to them, I'm sitting kind of where they warm up, like on the deck circle. And I also thought that'd be a good idea, because if I'm sitting with the players, and we're talking 14, 15-year-olds, it's a long time for them just to be thinking about baseball. So they end up talking about video games or some stupid Snapchat message or this or that. And it annoys the hell out of me as a coach. It's like, you should be paying attention. So I can understand how the players may not be paying attention all the time. And the strategy this coach took was, I'm just not going to stand around them because it doesn't do me any good, because I just get frustrated. So I thought that was pretty good. So I don't know. Should we get mad at those players, Simon?
Well,
And I'm going to put a little caveat on my comments, because I have no idea what they did.
oh, okay.
These players. So if they weren't paying attention while the game was on and the ball was hit to them, maybe my story I just told was completely redundant.
So O'Neill Cruz, former shortstop, current center fielder for the Pittsburgh Pirates, guy who came up with a ton of pedigree, top prospect, has never quite lived up to it. But he's got like 4 of the hardest hit baseballs of the top 10 hardest hit baseballs of the past 5 years. So he has those flash. He's one of those guys. He's got the flashes of brilliance. But he had a play earlier this week, playing in center field, charging in on a line drive. I don't know what Gary's doing over there.
Guys, I'm talking to Coach Mazer. He's calling me, saying, "Oh, you're on the air. What are you
Whose
doing?"
baby is this? Business.
Flintstones.
Yeah. Anyhow, so line drive takes a bit of a funky hop. So he's charging in on it, and it goes past him, and he just kind of stops and just turns around slowly and watches the ball roll away from him. So his right fielder, maybe
All the
Brian
way
Reynolds,
over.
I think, has to come scrambling over and clean it up for him.
Bad look.
Bad luck. Then last night, runner on first, he hits a ground ball to shortstop, and this is a guy with really good speed, but he doesn't beat it out at first. It becomes an easy double play because he half-asses it down the line. And today he was claiming that he thought there was 2 out. And then Pete Crow Armstrong last night, same thing. Runner on second base against the Cardinals, fly ball to him. He catches it at the wall and just kind of turns around and waves to the crowd. And he didn't realize, he thought there was 2 outs. He didn't realize it was 1 out, so the runner on second tagged and scored from second
Dude.
against the Cardinals.
Oh.
The Cardinals, Coach Comma won.
Oh,
Not in the pros, man. You're a pro.
I wasn't happy.
You got to be a pro.
PCA.
There's a reason we always say,
Did he
hey,
bench?
one down,
Yeah,
two
that's right.
down. You know,
We got two.
let everyone know.
Yep.
So that sounds like a communication problem as well across the team because nobody's talking.
I agree.
Sounds like you should send him the book.
There it is.
Yep.
Yes.
Wouldn't have
Good one,
happened.
Avatar.
Wouldn't have happened if they read
Imagine-
chapter 4.
That's right. I wonder if we could do a combo offer,
Ooh, a combo
Between-
book offer.
like your book and my book.
Yeah.
That'd be a sweet 2-pack. This
Now
Christmas.
that's a double header.
Right? Absolutely.
That is a
Do you want to feel really good
We'll do a
about
Christmas
yourself or
giveaway.
really bad?
That's giving them all the options. All right, we're gonna pause the baseball talk there because we got a lot I still want to get to today. But I do want to do this live read as we get into it. More keys. There we go. We're okay. Hey, can we hear the air horn? Nice. I love having the earpieces in. All right, you guys, we're gonna tell you a little bit about my friend Mobley Llorente, as it is time to spring into your dream home. As summer has arrived, and so you got a chance now to find that perfect home, okay? With mortgage rates coming down, now is the ideal time to buy. Mobley Llorente with TMG The Mortgage Group works with multiple lenders to find the best mortgage for you, saving you time, money, and stress. We love saving on that stress. Whether you're self-employed, first-time buyer, or have credit challenges, he's always there to help with 24/7 personalized support. Okay, and the best part, his services are completely free. What? I love saying that, man. Plus, he'll continue to assist you long-term with refinancing, renewals, and mortgage strategies. That is Mobley Llorente Mortgages made simple. Give him a call or text him anytime, 306-370-5804. He wants to help. Help him help you. You know what I'm saying? That's called a live read. If you feel like your business, your organization, your charity, any of those things could use a voice like this, could use a direct line to this beautiful city of Saskatoon that we all love and call home, it's real easy to do. Just send us an email, just like that. I got a song I'm going to sing. I don't think anyone around here gets into the singing part, and that's okay. No one has to. There are other shows during the week where everyone just jumps right in, but I'm not judging because singing's hard. So I just embarrass myself, and I'm going to get that out there. Just
Because
send
you do it so well.
Just send an email to contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. Yeah, just like that. And then we throw it right over top of Curdy and right to Coach One all the way on the other side. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, look out.
That was good.
Jumped in front of the car there. We also got a website that's about to be updated, thanks to our friend Royal Landers, with all the new shows we got going on now. It's like, man, a website could not have gone from dated to outdated so quick. You know what I mean? Like 4 new shows, and it's like, okay, well, now we're not covering any of it. So that's coming up, a brand new revamped DufferinAv.com. We're going to just slowly wave that one over.
There you go.
And we got a Twitch stream. As long as Uncle Brando made it back from Vegas, we should be back up and streaming again this Friday night with Brando and Gary Get Good at Games with Guests as we continue our quest through Final Fantasy VI along with the Phenom. Possibly, maybe I'm getting a thumbs up, which is very, very good. You can send on over to twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. That is where you'll find us. It's so hard to get. Can you get it over there? All the way over there?
Getting twitchy.
Took me a second. I don't know. It's got to go up. It's got to go up. I'll do it with you. We'll wind it up. 1, 2, 3. There it goes.
I
Right
like how
through the roof.
Phenom gives the thumbs up, but like, what other options does he have? The bad one, hang loose,
Give
thumbs
we should-
down.
we
I
should
guess.
learn
What are the
some of
what are
that. Like a very simple
what's the
sign language
gambit
course.
of Phenom
That's a great question. Great question.
Phenom
Uncle Brando?
responses?
Uncle Brando.
Was he in Vegas for the groundbreaking for the A's new stadium?
No, could you
Oh,
imagine?
that's too
Actually, I
bad.
guess he could have been there. They had
Could have been there.
It was like MagicCon, so the Magic the Gathering. It's like their biggest one in North America, and they get a whole CCO house there. So the whole Commander Cookout podcast.
Something
the CCO
that's
family.
less make believe than the A's playing in Las Vegas.
Oh!
Oh, take that, Rob
Man.
Manfred and John
direct
Fisher.
hit.
Hold on.
Boom.
Are the
They're
50
already dead.
Are the 51s still there?
I think
Do
so.
you remember? Yeah.
No, they're the Aviators now, I think.
Okay, yeah.
but yeah, I believe they're
I
still
made a
there.
trip out to that stadium once when I was there. super hungover. I don't remember doing it. It was horrible.
I sense a
wanted to check it
common
out.
theme in a lot of your stories.
Yeah,
a lot
you
of your
know,
baseball stories, Gary.
I'm telling you, I used to be really cool. Simon.
Yeah?
I used to be like the coolest guy.
I think
you know,
you are the
then,
coolest
nah,
guy. You don't need alcohol to have
It's
fun.
wild. That's true. That's a great point. That's a great message. As we continue here on the Wednesday edition of your show, this is the All the Way Around Table, hanging out with Coach number 1, along with Simon Hiatt and Avatar Curtis Anderson. Coach Kamatu made an appearance on the phone a little bit. It's like, I just need to know, are we Zooming with you or not? He's like, well, I don't know. I got to go. Like, they're calling me out there. So he might be hanging out there. Earlier today, look at this. Can you see that, Coach One at all? It probably is way too far away. Oh, here you go. Yeah, look at that. What does that look like? What does that look like to you?
Please don't crash.
Can't really tell.
That's fair.
There's
Yeah.
a long
Looks like
vehicle in
distracted
front of
driving.
it.
It's a good point. So this right here is a African porcupine quill. So we got porcupines here. We got our local porcupines.
Yeah.
They don't have quills like this.
Yeah, okay.
These are the big dogs.
Those are no messing around.
Yeah, and it's really sharp too. So this was a gift from my buddy Jeff, who gave Brooksy and I a tour today of the Saskatoon Forestry Farm Zoo. And we got to see these incredible African porcupines and all the other animals. Got to see ringtail lemurs. We got to see the pronghorns, who apparently are named Statler and Waldorf.
Oh,
from Muppets
Show.
fame.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
so we've been calling them Peter and Paul because Brooksy's been going there, and she became best friends with these pronghorns. And then we found out that we were being best friends in the wrong way, and we were sort of breaking some rules. So Jeff, with the forestry farm, was like, guys, come on, we'll tell you why, and these rules are in effect, and we're going to show you around. We got to get their real names, and we got to see them, and we got to do so many cool things. He took us around back for these different, into the pens and stuff. We got to see these Kuakue pigs that they have. There was only like 50 left in the wild for a while. Wow. The giant, beautiful, big old piggies, and they were so cute. And we got a bunch of video coming the next couple of weeks from this adventure. But going through that zoo and hearing Jeff tell the different stories about how, they've created their own ecosystem basically within the zoo, and not just with like the animals and the turf and everything else, but also like financially. I had no idea so many people donate to the zoo for different venues. And like we were, that porcupine one, the tooth booth, Dr. Hausman Associates, the Little Tooth sponsored that actual area. So like, hey, that guy gave us the tooth booth here at the studio.
Yeah.
And seeing like your friends that are sponsoring meerkats and porcupines. And just getting in there and realizing all these incredible businesses that are coming through and donating their time and their equipment and so many different things. And it's like, I hadn't been to that zoo in over 10, maybe 15 years. And it is totally different.
Yeah.
And Jeff is the guy that was fronting all that. He's like, see this turf here? Like, he took old asphalt and redid their entire parking lot with old asphalt and saved like all this money. He's doing all these really cool, unique things to amp up the zoo. And it was just so much fun. And I wanted to bring this to this table here because I think the last zoo I was at was in Australia when we went, and it was Sydney Harbour. We went to, I guess it was an aquarium, so it wasn't actually a zoo. But a lot of these things, like Australia came up a bunch of times about all these different animals. I'm like, I'm talking to my buddy in Australia today. And I wanted to sound all smart, and I forgot everything that was told to me. So I won't be sounding smart today, but I want to know, you ever go to those zoos out there, Coach One?
Yeah, there's the Taronga Zoo that's out by the Sydney Harbour.
There you go. That was the one I
and there's
probably
the
saw.
Melbourne one, and they're amazing. Like they got giraffes, like the big ass animals.
Yeah.
They've got them here.
Is that where you got your
The
shark?
monkeys are there. The rhinos. That's right. Yeah, the shark. That's where we're going
Just
today. to
flopping
get
around in the
tuna.
hatch.
Take them in for maintenance.
Yeah. So yeah, and then if anybody ever goes to Country Victoria, I'm gonna do a shout out for the Kyabram Fauna Park. Kyabram's probably the size of Humboldt.
Oh,
2 hours north of Saskatoon, and that's the Fauna and Flora Park is what it's called.
Yeah.
And there's a kangaroo there that you can literally go and put a tie around its head, and it lets you do that. And you get your picture with it.
That's it. We did go to the koala sanctuary out there, like Fraser Island or something like that. We did an overnight trip to a koala sanctuary, which is pretty cool too. But like the talk about zoos nowadays, and I brought this up with Jeff over there, Is like there's a big movement about how you can't be caging animals and zoos are not good and this and that.
Oh.
And so that conversation came up, and he basically, each sort of spot we went to, he was telling us, so here's the story behind these two pronghorns. These guys had a family with a mom and a couple other siblings, and there was an accident. And then they took these babies and said, okay, we're going to let them see if they can live in the wild, and if they can't, then that's what we do. We bring them here, and this is where they live now.
That's the way it should be. That's
Exactly, and that was the same way with the grizzly bears.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much every animal there wasn't like caught, brought in, and said, you're in the zoo now.
Yeah.
Like, it's all bringing these animals in and rehabilitating them.
make it.
Exactly, that you will not live.
Sure.
And it just made me feel so good being there, because there was none of that guilt of like, oh, this poor thing's trapped all day. It's like, no, this is this poor thing's lifeline. If they're not here, they're dead. They get euthanized. That's it. And our zoo here, I was so proud. I was like, that makes me so happy, because that stuff always eats me alive. And it was so cool to get into that and see that they're making this big difference for all these animals.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was
They do great work.
yeah, it's incredible. So I was telling, again, I hate to keep name dropping Jeff, but he's an absolute character of a dude himself. And he would give us these long stories about the animals and how they got there. And it's just like, I wish everybody could have that experience. And so I told him, I said, man, down the line, I'm going to keep bugging you until you start doing like a monthly feature and showing these animals off and saying why they're here and how, you know, how we got them back to normal. So that's something on the back burner. I just wanted to give them all the props over there, because they're doing so much good stuff.
Do you know where Jeff's from originally?
Jeff is from Chicago.
Yes, he is.
You met Jeff.
I've
had a
interviewed
feeling.
Jeff, and
he is incredible.
We spent a lot of time talking about the Chicago
Yeah.
Cubs.
Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah.
I should have.
Yeah.
He did drop a Star Wars bomb, and I was
yeah.
like, oh, there's my dude, Star Wars fan.
He was at, I think he said he was at the Bartman game.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, he's got some good
Whoopsies.
Cubs stories because he.
What?
Yeah.
Way to bring it back. I just want to get that zoo talk out there, because I'm so proud of this quill. I'm like,
It's
this
really
is my
cool.
good luck quill.
It's beautiful.
It's crazy, too, because he was telling me about how the African porcupines, they're way longer like that, and they float up sort of like a peacock because of all the different predators that would fly from above to pick them up.
Yeah.
So those things, they just go straight up, and then all of a sudden you got your shield full. And as you can tell, like if one of those got into a dog, like we see dog pictures all the time when they're messing
Oh,
with
God,
porcupines,
yeah.
like that go right through them.
Yeah.
It's nuts. I stabbed myself twice with it walking around, by the way. It's very sharp.
Gary, do you know which part of Africa they're from?
He told me,
That's the next
but
question.
yeah, I can't remember. There was so much information thrown at me today that I'm hoping some of it will like come back to me. But it was just like, it was a crash course in basically everything. So yeah, don't worry about that. That's all good. But yeah, very, very cool stuff. So I just wanted to get that out and let everyone know. My battery, look at that. I'm about to go, so I'm going to go get a battery.
Do it.
I loved how you went from the zoo to Jeff to Bartman and crowd interactions. Maybe try to baseball a little bit more, but try to keep him involved.
Okay.
I was gonna say last time I was at the Saskatoon Zoo, and this isn't a bit. I saw a dingo for the first time, and I was like, it looks like a dog. And my wife, who's lived 2 years in Australia, was like, what did you think a dingo looked like? And I was like, I've never actually thought about what a dingo would look like. I just thought, I was really surprised. It just looked like I would have thought it was a dog if I saw it on the highway. Oh, we lost him.
Oh, no.
He's gone.
Coach, are you there?
Coach.
Oh, he's frozen.
Oh,
Whoa.
it's all falling apart.
We got him.
We're back.
We got him.
Oh, geez. He looks
was
like
frozen?
a rap album when you see his hand with the ring in there in the foreground there. Yeah. Ready.
I'm almost back, you guys. I put the battery.
So do we lose Coach 1 when we lose you? Are you the conduit?
He's the
I might
glue.
be.
That's crazy. I
Keeps
don't
it all
know how
together.
any of this stuff works.
Oh, no, it's funny you brought up the dingoes,
Yeah.
because we walked by the dingoes as well. And I asked about the grizzly bears, because the grizzly bears also, like, Mama Bear got hit by a truck as well.
Yeah.
And there were 6 cubs. And same process, you let them see if they can survive, and if they're not going to, then you bring them in. And there was a bunch of birds. They were working on the pen. They're doing a bunch. That's the other thing. They're doing so many new things, like fixing things up and making everything like going from like cage to glass, and really, really cool stuff. And there was birds flying around in that grizzly bear cage. And I was like, those birds ever get, the old one too? He says, oh, no. The birds only usually come in once the grizzly bears are eating, and they don't even notice. And then he looks at me and goes, but the dingoes, if birds get in the dingoes,
Trouble.
those birds are gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
The
so-
dingo ate my birdie.
That's it.
See, and that was the
Literally.
thing.
That's it.
I was like, all I know about dingoes is that
birdie.
one ate a baby. And my wife was like, actually,
Oh yeah, that's a whole.
that's
story.
a whole, like, they didn't.
A
They
cry in the dark. That whole
Yeah,
the movie.
but like apparently like 30 years later, they found the kid's bones in like a cave with like a dingo lair, and they're like, oh, I guess the dingoes actually did eat the babies because she went to jail. For
Oh
like
yeah, she sure
years.
did. It's a good movie.
That's
Cry in
crazy,
the Dark.
Yeah, but I don't think that ending was actually there when the movie came out, was it?
I can't remember now.
No, I think that's like a recent, like in the last 10 years,
Yeah.
that they actually found like.
I remember there was some
remains.
controversy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she claimed innocence.
Yeah.
There you go.
Meryl Streep, what can't she do?
Right?
Oh,
Ha-
Meryl Streep. There it is.
Here's
Go ahead,
my
Coach.
question. How does a dingo end up in Saskatoon?
Hey,
Swim.
that's another really cool thing. See, now the stuff's starting to come back. I can talk about this all day,
In
boys.
someone's luggage, probably.
So, one of the really cool things, I think it's
How did a shark end up in your truck?
same process. Oh, I'm gonna mess up a lot of words, so you got to take this very loosely. But like SDF, I think there's a process they have where they keep track of the lineage of all the different animals for breeding purposes, and there's like a super mega database that all these contributing zoos contribute to make sure you can tell, like, so this is a purebred, like those two pronghorns were purebred pronghorns that hadn't been involved with any other zoo, so they were like prized pronghorns. So they're super important for the whole process of what they're trying to do. And so a lot of these animals that they bring in, they use them to breed, but they also keep track of all the different things and how it all works and operates. So with the dingoes, I'm not really sure how that goes, but they do have connections with all the different zoos where they say, well, hey, we got a spot for this one, because they'll say we have too many of these ones. Can anyone take these on? And so there's sort of that whole process. So I think it's like zoo sharing, if you will. But don't quote me on that. I'm going to have to get my buddy Jeff in here to really break that all down. But there was a whole process behind all of this stuff that was just so cool to learn. I hate learning. Like I feel like I learned enough in my life. Like I love learning out and about, like naturally, but like sitting down at a desk and having to learn, I just can't stand it. This dude, it was fun. He made learning fun.
Shout out.
Amazing. Absolutely
Very
incredible.
cool guy.
Yep.
Yeah, very, very cool guy. Very
Not just
funny.
because he's a Cubs fan.
I was waiting for that one little one there.
I was picturing the sad little hungry faces of the animals as you guys talked about the Cubs for like 3 hours. And they're all just like,
Well, hey,
down here.
here's some
Down
talk.
here.
Here's some
Dingoes
talk.
are looking around for babies.
Here's some talk that we could all contribute to. Barry's game
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not
See?
there.
You're not there?
I'm
twice
helping
now,
my
2
parents
Wednesdays.
move.
Oh, don't get him started.
Sorry, dude.
They're waiting
How's
outside
that
with some
going?
boxes right now. I was like, I'll be right back, and I came here.
This is
fine.
your break time. Barry's, baby. Bring us up to date. How
Man,
we
oh
doing?
man, them berries are good.
Steamrolling.
Undefeated at home still.
That's crazy. That's you.
18
That's
and
this guy.
3.
God.
I mean, I don't want to take all the credit.
It's you. It's totally you.
A little bit. No,
A lot of it.
it's not.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm
you
telling ya.
jest, but your voice is like 50% of those games.
Aw, dude,
No,
come on.
no, don't lowball, dude. You
no,
are
that's
so
crazy,
unbelievably good at that job, Simon.
Oh,
Because
that's very sweet.
I am
Thank
in
you.
there. I am in the crowd with the camera
Feeling
as you're doing your bits, and everything you do lands. And I'm not just saying that because you're here. And that's a tough
guy.
thing.
Very
No,
hard
but
to do.
it's all Barry puns.
It's a lot of berry
You
puns.
have no idea the amount of Barry puns, but you deliver it in a way that everybody laughs and appreciates it.
Oh,
And
that's so sweet.
There's just
Thank you.
such a vibe at a Barry's game that isn't nowhere else in the city.
It's so hard for me to tell from the booth. It's
You
hard for
can't
me to
tell
yeah,
from
you
the
can't,
booth,
you can't
the
feel
reaction.
it. Yeah, you can't feel
But
that.
you just
Music
feel
and
you
it's-
feel the wave of like, and it's just that weird like. The parents aren't groaning. Like, it's not humor for the kids that the parents are like, this sucks. It's just like this just good feeling that goes through the crowd. And they're like, this is fun. This is good stuff.
Thank
So,
you very
yeah,
much. That's incredibly kind. I really
absolute
appreciate that.
professional, best hire in like Saskatoon sports history.
There you
I
go.
said
Wow,
it.
that's
Coach One and I
Oy,
totally agree, by the way.
goody.
That's on behalf of all of us. He was
You got to
Oh,
come
you
back. You got to
guys.
take in a Barry's game.
Yeah.
Are you
it's
keeping
good.
up with the Berries down there? Down under?
Yeah. I'm following them on social media, and they just keep bashing other teams. It's
It's
like,
crazy,
how-
right? It's
how are they
nuts.
How are they so good? Is that just like Coach Joe's great recruitment?
It's good pitching and incredible hitting.
Hitting.
Yeah, it's
we need
phenomenal.
we need to take a page out of the book because we just lost our 9th game in a row.
no.
We lost
Oh, I'm sorry,
21 to
dude.
5.
Gotta
21-5.
reread your book.
That's 21-5 is a big
Yes.
number. There was no
We were
mercy
up
rules
3-zip
going?
after the first inning.
Yeah, where's the mercy rule in there?
There's where we're playing. There's no like maximum runs you can score in an inning. So I think we gave up 12 in the last inning.
WWE, no
And then
mercy.
all these other teams with like, aggressive names, they have to go home and be like, yeah, we lost to the Bears. And I think that's an extra layer of suck. And that actually might get into their heads because no one wants to go home to their wives and girlfriends or parents and say they lost to the Berries by 11 points. And they do.
And bringing it back to this, the team they swept in a doubleheader on Sunday, Energy City Cactus Rats.
Right?
Which is another word.
Like a cactus rat.
That's amazing.
Sounds like a killing machine. And the Berries rolled them.
Berries rolled them.
So you say it's hitting and it's pitching. That just sounds like, you know what I mean? Like that's like,
my
I get it.
expertise.
I get it. No, but you're the baseball guy. Like, what are you seeing as not Simon, the voice of the Berries?
The funny thing was, I was like, that's what it is. Yeah, I absolutely
and like
agree.
the really good strategy, scoring more runs than the other team scores.
It's 100% the pitching and the hitting. Good observation.
John Madden, man.
Yeah.
If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. Score more points on a team, you're going to win.
Exactly.
I'm okay.
But
Curtis is dying.
No,
he's got it. I had a coughing
blew my
fit
mind
at the
with
zoo,
the
too.
pitching and hitting. I was like, that is what it is.
You say it with enough conviction, you can get away with any old bull crap.
Yep.
I was trying to figure out why, 'cause the butterfly, just to bring this full circle here again, we were in the butterfly exhibit.
Which
hanging out
is
with butterflies.
amazing.
Unbelievable. The middle of it, I started like having a little tickle, and I started coughing a little bit. I'm like, oh, no. No, I didn't, but I was screaming all night. I was trying to figure out why my voice was so toast. I was screaming from stripped down. So in the middle of this amazing butterfly exhibit with Jeff telling us all about it, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I have to go find some water. And instead of going out the back way normally and having someone check to make sure that you don't have any butterflies on you, I beelined it out the indoor. And I didn't even think that I was like breaking any rules. And I was like, started coughing like really bad. And I went, and then there was a drink machine, and I didn't take 20s. All I had was a 20. I didn't even think I had that. I had to run into the info center to break the 20, go back to the machine to get a water, but the water was out. So I ended up having to get a Gatorade and then getting back, and I missed the second half of the butterfly part because of all the cough. So I was like, why is my voice so gone? Screaming all night, stripped down.
To you.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Woo. Okay, getting back into it. What does your intuition tell you? Because yes, hitting, yes, pitching. Like compared last year to this year, is it just that simple that it's just like the guys are better all around?
I mean, the thing is, the team, as I recall it, it's very similar to last year. There's
That's
a
why
few
I'm
new
asking.
players.
Yeah, that's what.
And
I
I
sort of
think
thought.
it's a lot of those guys have taken the next step. These guys have now played together
That's it.
for a year.
Chemistry.
And yeah, Joe knows how to
Cohesion,
slot them in there. And
Cohesion.
it's he's not just running the same lineup out every night. I think
Getting creative.
He's got guys that he wants to swap in and out. And it's so many great local players too. Like
that's the beauty
start
of
with
it.
Carter Beck from Cardiff, Saskatchewan.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's amazing the local talent we have here on this team, as well as supplemented with some great American players.
That's it. Sweet spot.
Yeah.
Man. So like this isn't just fool's gold now, right? Like we've done enough playing that we
21
can
games into the
establish.
season.
That's it.
You know, you're
Like
starting
this
to feel
is
pretty
what
good.
you got. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And you're right. It's a really fun atmosphere too. Like going to the ballpark is great. They've done a fantastic job with next gen patch at Cairns Field. Like it's if all you remember about Cairns Field is going to previous teams that played there, it's a lot different now, and the atmosphere is phenomenal.
I love telling the story about how with the Rhinos back in the day, we'd get one game a year at Cairns. And if you're lucky, they'd throw the lights on for you and give you a night game. But we also got access to the locker rooms. So we got to go into our stall and be a pro and, you know, pre-game, mid-game, post-game showers, like the whole 9 yards. We took that to the limit, like the extreme as far as being in the pro field, getting to play on a field with like grass on the infield, you know, like all the cool stuff. And I just remember getting that taste of being a pro. It's like, man, I would love to be able to like call this home and do this every day. And then now you fast forward, like that was like probably 10 years or so ago, maybe more. And you look at it now, it's like I can only imagine how cool it feels to be a member of that team.
Yeah.
To have a whole clubhouse with your own, like it's just, it's all amazing. And I love it. I'm so happy that it's happening and it's good.
Yeah. They've done a phenomenal job.
And you know what? You think about too, how many goals have they had at having pro ball in Saskatoon?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's it.
Yellow Jackets It was kind of a 1-man, 2-man show. So that, so they struggled a little bit. But what did we have? Smoking Guns?
Smoking Guns,
Smoking
Stallions,
Guns.
the Stallions.
Oh.
Yeah.
My
Stallions?
first ever, when I
Ah.
went in to volunteer at Shaw in 1997. I went in for my meeting with Willa.
Yep.
And
Shout out Willa.
Yeah. She signed me up and said, oh, okay, so you want to volunteer? What do you want to do? I just kind of want to learn everything. I'd like to be on camera. I'd like to be in front of the camera or behind the camera. I'd like to learn editing. And she said, do you happen to know anything about baseball? I was like, well,
Jackpot.
funny you should ask.
Oh, Willa.
I do.
Oh,
I do.
sweet summer
So
child.
My first volunteering thing ever was being a spotter for a broadcast of I believe it was a Stallions game.
Amazing.
Yeah. First
What's a
thing ever.
spotter do?
So talking to the guy who's running graphics on the screen, so letting him know, okay, it's now 2-1. There's 1 out. Run scored. No, we need 1 more run. Just basically talking to the people in the truck because they're so busy looking after the technical things. And often, if we're being honest, a lot of those people don't really know baseball super well. So you need someone to say, no, that wasn't a stolen base. That was a pass ball. That
Quality,
sort of
quality
thing.
control.
Yeah,
You would be surprised how
Gotcha.
rare that is to someone to be able to be dialed into a sport, especially like baseball or football. I work on a lot of football mobiles for the CIS.
Sure, yeah.
And they're always like, oh yeah, someone, this nobody can do graphics, and they can't.
Because they don't.
Because
know
it's
the
like, it's what's second and down and what and
And
what
what.
and what. And you have to constantly I wouldn't know. I've shot hundreds of football games. I
Right.
wouldn't be able to keep up. I would not be able to. But it's always just such a like a
It'll be fine. A monkey
12-year-olds
could
can do
it,
that,
yeah.
and then we get going, and it's like, wow, they are in over their head.
It's
And
not 7th down.
no, tough. Gotta
Yeah.
pay attention. I have a couple seconds here. I'm doing something with Phenom.
Yeah.
Okay, so off the top, you called me Avatar Anderson, and as Simon knows, I have never had a nickname in my life. Okay, mutual friend, ex-coworker, Ann Perry got Sea Dog to stick for a little bit, but she's really the only person that calls me Sea Dog. Okay, so for 1 week here, that was like Simon's introduction to this. You were high on painkillers.
Sure was.
And I was like, Simon, I need some
Man.
players. We're doing this thing, and
I had
Coach
had
1 and 2 is
surgery,
going
by
to
the
be
way.
Coach 1 and 2 is going to be up my grill if I don't produce. So you gave me a list of players, and I got to sit here and act
Yeah.
smart. But then, obviously, I was like, yeah, this is all Simon is speaking through me. So for 1 week, I was Avatar Anderson, and then you started coming,
Right.
and that doesn't, that died. Because now instead of giving me your knowledge, you just came here and gave it yourself. So
Hell yeah.
I've ruined it for you. I'm
no,
sorry.
not at all.
You no longer have.
So I've been thinking about nicknames, and this is the most Curtis Anderson thing ever. You'll appreciate this. I started watching this show. Maybe you have heard of it. It's called Game of Thrones.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I started watching it
somewhat
this
popular,
year.
as I recall.
Okay,
Yep.
so first of all, if Phenom can bring up the single shot of the young man.
Are we about
Oh,
to
this is
see
happening.
Alfie?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this looks exactly like me about 13 years ago, 10, 12 years ago.
Yes.
Pretty
Like,
eerie, actually.
Exactly. And
I
I,
can see
always
it.
had people being like, I have a picture in line at Disney World 2015 with a lady who honestly thought I was this guy.
Nice.
And I posed with her, and
You did
she
the
was
whole
so
thing.
excited. And
Yeah.
I'm always checking those websites of like fake celebrities to see if she ever figured out it wasn't actually this guy. So never watched Game of Thrones, but looked up this guy, and I was going to do a Halloween costume. And then I found out what his deal was. Things didn't go so well for him.
He had
okay?
a rough ride on
Bad
that
time.
show.
Really,
He,
really bad time. Yeah.
He lost some important parts
Yeah.
during the journey. Spoiler.
But
So-
they taught him a valuable lesson too. Turned him into a good guy.
It did. It
Yeah.
did. That as it would.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm finally watching Game of Thrones this winter, right? And there's these brother and sister, and they're a little incestuous. But if you bring the picture up, you'll see why. Bring up the brother. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Like those are two of the hottest people in
Yeah.
the world. And I was mad. I was like, why can't I look like that guy? Why can't I look like that guy?
They
right?
weren't a little
Why do I have to
incestuous,
look
by the
like
way.
the
They were
guy that got castrated? Why can't I look like this guy? And you know what his nickname is? Anybody?
No, his actual name's like Nikolai Koster Wazrel.
Okay. His sister's hot.
Yes.
So like, I mean, it makes
Lena
sense
Headey.
when you really think about it.
Yeah.
His nickname is Kingslayer. How do I get Kingslayer as a nickname? That's all I thought about through this whole show. I was like, that is the most badass nickname ever. Right? So who's the king? Like, what do I have to do?
Well, I mean,
Not me, I
there's
don't
King
want to
Charles.
say-
He
Well,
could-
yes.
Dude, just slay Seth Rollins.
No, that's
He's the Kingslayer.
Are you
They
serious?
call him the Kingslayer. Yeah,
No,
that was
they
He was
don't.
gimmicked with the Kingslayer. That was his title for a while.
Are
We
you
started taking out all the big guys.
Okay, he ruined it.
Yeah, I thought that'd get you back.
That sucks. Never mind. Scrap that whole. I don't want to be. I don't want to.
Avatar
I want to
Anderson.
be ripping off the Game of Thrones. So he already ripped it off, and now I'd be ripping off Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Avatar Anderson.
No, I don't want to be. I want to be
Double
Kingslayer.
A.
I want
Like
to be
Arn
Kingslayer.
Anderson. We call it Double A.
I want to be Kingslayer. That's
right.
all I want. So can I be Kingslayer?
Okay,
What do I have to
Kingslayer
do?
it is.
All right.
Well, hey, there is
Okay.
also something to be
I
said
don't know.
about making your own nickname
Yeah,
too.
you
You
gonna
know,
say
and,
the rule
there.
everybody's like,
There's a rule
oh,
there.
I told a couple other people, and they're like, oh, everyone's going to be like, oh, so you sleep with your sister? And I'll be like, well, it's better than the other character's path, if I have to be honest.
You know, this
Sister
place
was
has
hot.
So-
has allowed one other person to make their own nickname, and that was Dragon. Because
See?
he was like, everyone else has a nickname.
See,
I don't have a
we're
nickname.
doing this night thing here,
But
right?
it- but it-
Dragon and Kingslayer?
Yeah,
Come
okay,
on.
maybe there's something there.
that
Maybe you have
makes
to fight
sense.
Dragon. You know what? If you fight Dragon
Well,
and
he's
you
not
beat him,
king, is he?
well, he's the dragon. So
King-
if you
king of movie
take care of the
reviews.
dragon, you could be the king slayer because you slayed the dragon.
Yes.
There was a time I tried to get
I guess
Sugar
gotta
Bear
stay
going,
king, yeah.
Yeah.
but
Sugar Bear?
Sugar Bear didn't stick,
No.
and I was mocked for trying to
Oh.
get
And then
Is
you
there
and then you
something-
stopped dealing drugs. So
I didn't say that.
What about you,
Yeah, that's
Coach
what's
One?
going on.
Nicknames.
Is there something we could do for Avatar Anderson
Ernest?
to earn?
God,
The
there's my
nickname.
nickname now. Avatar
Kingslayer.
Ernest.
I see.
Thanks.
Avatar Ernest
Hold
goes
on.
to camp.
Avatar Ernest
I-
slays the king.
I like what you're talking about here, Coach One. Like some trials. Is there like a trial that we can put you
Oh,
through to
there we
earn the
go.
name?
Yeah, I mean,
We're going to have to come up with something. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is good.
We're almost out of time.
Yeah, we're going to cut a little early today, but Coach number one, as we get Frankie's fingers ready to go, I want to give you the floor, my friend, and let us know what's going on, any good info, how your podcast going, everything else. It's time to promote, my friend.
All right, yeah, the podcast is live. We're aiming for 500 followers by the end of the year. So, Teams That Swear, check it out. It's on Spotify. We're getting it out on iTunes soon. But don't wait for then. Get on Spotify. Follow us. Teams That
I will sign up today.
Swear. Thank you, all three of you.
That's what
Deal.
Kingslayers
Thumbs
do.
Trial number one complete. That's very good. Anything else going on?
And the Roadrunners are back at it, looking for our first win in 10 games. So
Get that.
we will we'll keep plugging away here.
Get that big win. All right, you guys.
Go Roadrunners.
Go Road Runners. An amazing show again. Thank you to everybody. To the zoo, Jeff, and our friends over at the Saskatoon Forest Farm. Thank you for my quill, African porcupine quill. Super cool. It's my new good luck charm. To you fellas, thank you for always doing such an incredible job with this Wednesday show. It means so much to me that I can just come in here, sit down, and we
You
just
mean
have
thanks to
conversations.
Mr. Baseball and the Kingslayer?
It's happening. It's happening, isn't it? It's gonna catch. I can tell. Oh, it's such a pleasure. So I want to thank you guys.
Hit it, Simon.
Oh, I'm
Hit
sorry.
it.
Sorry. I was mesmerized by Coach Kama One's entrance.
Yeah,
How
are
are
you
you going?
inside the store now? You made it?
I am. Check
Time-
this out.
Oh,
Street Fighter.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you get around in on that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good luck with your shark.
There you go. Yes,
All
we wish
righty.
you all the best. And to everyone, thank you for always joining us here and allowing us to keep chasing these dreams like we do. Episode 300, what is it, 302 today? 302
Amazing.
episodes, you guys. And we're just getting started, it feels like. So awesome. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to have CTV's Matt Young in the house, prime time, doing some retro gaming and talking some local sports as well. And be on the lookout for a new episode of Good Sports, which is getting ready to go here right away. And that is why we're getting out of here early. And OK Boomer is going to have a special little something too.
Should we have been worried that he pulled a balaclava on right when it froze?
Gotta go.
See you guys. It's cool. I don't know. Maybe that's how you shop in
That's amazing.
Australia.
No, that's
You
the
know.
way to do it. So again, thank you to everyone. It means the world. And remember, karma's very, 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 very real. Right? Keep doing those good things, and they'll keep happening to you. I promise you. That's what this place is all about. We love you. Have a great night.
Woo!